Hello, I'm Kate A. Hardy, and welcome to Tales from the Vestry, readings from my novels and short stories. Today I'd like to read an extract in which our heroine, Hoxton, is visiting the Cincturian for the first time and is going to find out what Madame Caruso desires her to find. Mrs. Caruso, a weighty dame of perhaps my age, sits examining a book within a room that seems out of place within this elegant building. I suppose I'd been expecting subtle striped wallpaper and walnut wood furniture, not angular shapes and gaudy textiles. She stands up, placing the tome on a metal and glass side table. "Miss Hoxton! So ticked up you could visit!" I'm still confused by the sight of her in floor-length embroidered dress within this room of steel and hard-looking furnishings, and the fact that her face appears to be almost the grey side of pink. "Mrs. Caruso, happy to be here, and thank you for entrusting me with your request after the sad demise of the finder you had expected to be here today." Noticing my interest in her surroundings and attire, she giggles and then whispers as if we are conspirators. "I'm going to make the change." "The change?" "Sit and I'll throw light." She gestures to one of the uncomfortable-looking armchairs. "Cocktail?" "Oh, just a tea if possible." She tugs at a cord near the fireplace. The door opens and a servant appears almost immediately. "Madam?" "Tea gubbins and a tequila sunset." "Very good, madam." She settles back in another chair and picks up a magazine from a pile on a side table. "As I was saying, the change. I don't know about interior and clothes fashions in London, but here we've had the early 1900s for far too long, possibly even 6 months." An image of Jarvis dressed in a tuxedo, pink flares and a golfing jumper enters my head. "We don't really have fashion as such." Her sculpted eyebrows reach new heights. "What do you do all the time?" If I had an answer, she doesn't wait to hear it. "I guessed, even before update journals suggested it. The 2020s. See, I'm way ahead." "Did the Lord find all this other furniture?" I ask, beginning to feel slightly worried. Mrs. Caruso points around the room. "The suite, that side table, but what I really need is..." She reaches for the catalogue, I now see it to be, and picks through its fragile pages. Reaching a marked page, she sighs, "This," and hands me the thing as if it is a holy manuscript. The page shows a glass-doored cabinet. Designed by Olga Benson, Splot is the perfect place to store your family treasures. Pine and particle board. Depicted in the photograph is a smiling family sitting on a sofa like the one in this room. I risk a look at the cover. Ikea 2025. "Could you find it?" she says, a slight note of desperation in her voice. "Yes," I say confidently, knowing it will be virtually impossible. The beverages arrive, mine housed not in a silver pot as I'd thought, but in a blue china vessel with gold zigzags. "Habitat 2023, she smiles. "Finesse." "Totally." "We must land on your spoolies for this." As Jake had pointed out, I do find language fascinating, but my brain is beginning to ache. "Your fee," she assists. I rejoin reality and seize the opportunity. "You must understand this is a very difficult find." She nods and I continue while searching for Jarvis's scrap of paper in my zipper pocket. "This is the first thing I need. My finder partner's mother desperately needs glasses, and this is the prescription." She looks surprised as she takes the paper from me. "Don't you have Opties out there?" A picture appears in my mind of Bert the Swagger showing me his latest pair of specs, a weird coagulation of wire and tortoise-shell frames held together with gluey string. No, not as such. Oh, she shrugs carelessly. Shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure Caruso can get them fabried quick enough. D'accord. If spectacles are easy to obtain, I will ask for 30 pairs of reading glasses of different strengths and a large quantity of basic medical items. Bandage, antiseptic cream. She cuts me short with a wave and speaks to the servant who has just reappeared to offer more tea. Gubbins, fetch one of the medical kits, please. I glance around the room as we wait, wondering which of the 100 questions queuing I should ask. How long have you lived here, Mrs. Caruso? About 15 years, I think. We moved from Portland Place after the wedding. That was an event. Century Park, white peacocks, 300 guests. The door opens and Gubbins hands over an oblong box with a slight bow. Anything else, madam? My employer drains the last of her cocktail and puts the glass down. No, I assume everything is prepped for dinner this evening? Yes, madam. You asked me to remind you of the bulletin at 16 hours. It is nearly time. Thank you, Gubbins. As he retires, she shows me the box's contents. These were taken in exchange before. If that's any for you, how many should I ask Caruso to get? I wonder how far I can make this trade stretch and what she might be expecting. The glasses, 20 kits. As I said, it will be a challenging find. She looks slightly doubtful, but recovers her buoyancy quick enough. And it's a deft search you'll find what I want? What happens if I can't? It won't be a problem. There might be a further finding, clothes. As I've said, we're just lousy of the early 20th century sea rags. Ooh, I need to eye the news. Your predecessor managed to find a television from 2020. Everyone's crazed for it. The only catastrophe is the missing turn-on thing. Perhaps you could snag one while you're out looking around. She gets up and walks over to a silver oblong on the wall I hadn't previously noticed. A button pressed, the screen jitters into life, revealing an overexcited dame reeling off a list. I have to ask, how is that powered? She looks blank, shrugs. Oh, I don't know. Shh! Channel 1 for running and dance simulation. Channel 2, historical, the construction of the sanctuary walls. Channel 3, further sexual instruction and your husband's well-being. Channel 4, lawn maintenance. Channel 5, caring for antiques. Retro film channel tonight, Star Wars 15, The Void. Home channel, What's New in Antiques, The Race for Ikea. Public cleansing channel, Executions, live from the rectangle. The weather, cloud cover, rain expected before 8. Have a good evening. The screen blanks. Mrs. Caruso's greyish face is flushed as she turns to me. I prepare to discuss the proposed executions, feeling terrified. Ikea, she says, smiling. See, I knew it. So, thanks for listening and see you again soon. Bye.